A senior official of Yemen's Ansar Allah, widely known as the Houthi movement, has ridiculed reports of Iranian forces withdrawing from the Arab nation due to a United States air campaign the rebel group says has failed to achieve any meaningful objectives, quoting a senior Iranian official. The Telegraph reported that Iran had begun pulling military personnel out of Yemen, believing its Ansar Allah ally will not be able to survive the coming months or even days. The senior Iranian official was cited as saying that President Donald Trump's position was the top concern for the Islamic Republic following the US leader's direct threats to Iran over Ansar Allah's campaign of missile and drone strikes against Israel and ships accused of doing business with Israel amid the ongoing war in Gaza. Speaking with Newsweek, a senior Ansar Allah official mocked the very assertion that Iran had deployed personnel to Yemen in the first place. There are no Iranian forces in Yemen to withdraw from, the Ansar Allah official said. So the matter does not require denial, but rather laughing out loud. The Ansar Allah official also disputed the impact of the US strikes that Trump has referred to as tremendously successful, allegedly killing scores of senior leaders. All this information is inaccurate, and the information published since the beginning of the American escalation against Yemen is misleading and far from reality, whether that is regarding the destruction of military capabilities or targeting leaders, all of which are far from the truth. The senior Ansar Allah official said. Recently, US President Donald Trump shared a video on his social media handles purportedly showing an attack on Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen. He captioned the video, "These Houthis gathered for instructions on an attack. Oops, there will be no attack by these Houthis. They will never sink our ships again." The US president is right that Iran plays a large role in supporting the Houthis, but Tehran is not the group's only state-level supporter. Russia, too, is an important backer of the group. Back in October 2024, the Wall Street Journal reported that Russia was providing targeting data to the Houthis, which they then used while attacking Western ships. US intelligence sources have also confirmed that Russia's main intelligence directorate, known as the GRU, operates in Houthi-controlled territory to provide technical assistance to the rebels in their military operations. Beyond targeting and technical assistance, Russia has also reportedly been involved in discussions about transferring weapons with the Houthis. In the fall of 2024, Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout was reportedly attempting to broker the sale of around $10 million worth of automatic small arms to the group. Iran was also arbitrating secret talks between Russia and the Houthis for transfers of anti-ship missiles to the militants. Such a deal would allow the Houthis to more accurately strike their targets and pose an even greater threat to US and European ships defending commercial shipping. US President Donald Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff reacted "great" to a spirited statement by Iran's foreign minister on X before swiftly deleting the post. Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi had written 4 paragraphs lamenting Washington's exit from a nuclear deal and recent talk of attacking Iran. Witkoff, who has spearheaded talks for Trump in Israel-Hamas and Ukraine-Russia conflicts as part of the populist president's bid to wind down foreign reports, replied simply, "Great." A senior commander in Iran's Revolutionary Guard has warned that Tehran could rethink its defense policy if the country's nuclear sites are hit, in yet another signal by Iranian officials that an atomic bomb could be pursued. If threats against our nuclear program materialize, we will reconsider our defense doctrine and the nature of our nuclear program. The meaning of this reconsideration is very clear. The IRGC's Deputy for Political Affairs, Yadollah Javani, was quoted by state media. Recall, Trump demanded that Iran stop developing nuclear weapons, threatening otherwise with various punishments, including military action. In response to these claims, Iran's supreme spiritual leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, has already stated that the Republic does not intend to create nuclear weapons. However, Tehran later announced that it could reconsider this decision based on threats from the United States and its main ally in the Middle East, Israel. Now, the British tabloid Daily Express has added fuel to the fire. According to the publication's sources, if Iran does not agree to a new nuclear deal, the terms of which Washington has not clearly announced, and does not begin to curtail its nuclear program, the country will disappear by September. In late March, Trump raised the possibility of secondary tariffs, primarily on Iranian oil exports and bombings, like they've never seen before. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei then warned of a crushing response to provocations by the US and Israel. An Israeli government source has confirmed that Israel and the US will strike the Islamic Republic's nuclear facilities if Tehran does not resume talks on the nuclear deal. What is certain is that a strike will be carried out if Iran refuses to drastically change its position. The only question that remains is when such a strike will take place, writes the Daily Express. According to Axios, in early March, the US president handed over a letter to the Iranian authorities, giving Tehran 2 months to sign a nuclear deal, threatening military action if it did not. In recent days, the Pentagon has deployed several B-2 bombers to the Diego Garcia military base in the Indian Ocean. A source confirmed to the publication that this maneuver is not detached from the 2-month deadline set by Trump. At the same time, Iranian authorities refused to hold direct talks with the Trump administration, but left open the possibility of indirect contacts. On April the 2nd, the Daily Mail reported that the US and Israel could launch airstrikes on Iran in a few weeks. Iran has reportedly ordered its military personnel to leave Yemen and is pulling back its support for the Houthis amid extensive US airstrikes on the rebel group. The British Telegraph newspaper cited a senior Iranian official saying that Tehran is scaling back its support of its regional proxies to focus on the direct threats emanating from the US administration. A senior Iranian official told the newspaper that the move was intended to avoid a direct confrontation with the United States in the event that an Iranian soldier is killed. The withdrawal marks a notable shift in Iran's regional strategy as it reduces support for proxy forces to prioritize what it sees as direct threats from Washington. The view here is that the Houthis will not be able to survive and are living their final months or even days, so there is no point in keeping them on our list, a senior Iranian official said. They were part of a chain that relied on Nasrallah and Assad, and keeping only one part of that chain for the future makes no sense. The official continued, referring respectively to the former leaders of the Hezbollah terror group and Syria. The Telegraph report came amid a US aerial campaign against the Houthis that has seen near daily strikes in rebel-held areas of Yemen since March the 15th. The strikes are aimed at stopping the Iran-backed group from attacking commercial shipping in solidarity with the Palestinian terrorist organization Hamas. The Houthis were acting in support of Hamas and in solidarity with the Palestinians alongside Hezbollah and other members of the Iran-led axis of resistance. They have consistently linked their attacks to Israel's war in Gaza, saying they will stand down when that war ends. At first, the Houthis aimed their projectiles at Israeli territory, but when those attempts failed, they switched to striking Israel-linked cargo ships in the Red Sea. Since then, their maritime campaign has expanded to disrupt traffic in one of the world's vital commercial waterways. The US and other Western navies began escorting merchant vessels, leading to exchanges of fire with the Houthis at sea and US bombing of Houthi-linked sites in Yemen. The Houthis control approximately 28% of Yemen's territory, primarily in the north and west, the most densely populated areas. They also hold long stretches of the western coastline, as well as most Yemeni islands in the Red Sea,